Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all are doing great. So, what we have covered so far, we have covered some really important chapters: material, labor, overheads, activity based costing, and cost sheet, right? And obviously, the basics of costing. So, we have covered 6 chapters, and the total chapters that we have is 17. So, we have covered 6 chapters out of that, and we are going to start with the chapter number 7 now. What is this chapter number 7 about? This chapter number 7 is cost accounting systems. This is cost accounting systems. There is an alternative name to this chapter, or this is also known as cost bookkeeping. Cost bookkeeping. Right. So first we are going to study what this chapter is all about, right? What are we going to study in this chapter? So this lecture is going to be a brief intro on this chapter, right? That is very important for any chapter. That is very important that you should know what we are going to study in this chapter. Before we start with this chapter, the first thing I would like to tell you is that the chapters that we have covered, those are really important for the understanding of this chapter, right? If you are directly jumping to cost accounting systems and you haven't studied about the overheads, then you will find it difficult, right? If you are directly jumping to cost accounting system and you have not studied about the material and labor, you will find it difficult. So this material, labor and overheads, these 3 chapters are specifically very important when we are going to study this chapter of cost accounting systems, right? Because this chapter will revolve around these chapters. Clear? So you must be very much clear about all those chapters. You must have studied those chapters thoroughly. Now, sir, what is this chapter all about? What is accounting? In the smaller classes, you have studied accounting, right? Yes, sir. Sir, but we have studied about the financial accounting. We have studied about the financial accounting, correct? So, what do you mean by financial accounting, sir? Financial accounting is a recording of all the transactions related to the money or related to finance, I can say. Why do you record all the transactions? Why are you writing all the transaction in the books? This is basically what? Financial accounting is what? Writing, summarizing and all those things, recording of transactions, right? The basic definition of accounting you must have studied: recording, summarizing and all those things, right? Summarizing transactions. Why are you doing that? Sir, a very simple thing. We cannot remember all the transactions in detail, right? That's why what we do is, after the transaction, we are going to write it in the books. So very simply taking, whenever you are listening to the lectures, you must be making your notes. Why are you making your notes? Why are you recording the things? Because you cannot remember each and every word. So you have to write it down so you can revise it later on, isn't it? That is what the financial accounting, and what you have studied in the financial accounting, the first thing that you studied is the preparation of journal entries, right? I'm just talking about the initial classes when you started with your commerce or when you started studying accounts, right? Journal entries, then from journal entries you prepare ledger accounts, then from ledger accounts you prepare trial balance, right? And from trial balance, what do you prepare is trading P&L account, trading profit and loss account, and from there on you prepare balance sheet, right? This is broadly the flow chart. This is what we have studied about the financial accounting. Now, what is meant by cost accounting systems or the cost bookkeeping? See, as the name suggests, that means one thing is very much clear, that we are going to record certain transactions in the books. Why are we going to record? Because we cannot remember each and every transaction, what happens in small factories? Say X Limited is a small unit, right? It is a small unit. In X Limited, a small unit, the number of transactions will be less overall. The number of transactions related to material, labor, production, related to production, I can say, right? Related to production will be less. Now, what will happen if the number of transactions are less? This is a small company, right? What they will do is, in these companies, the cost part and the finance part is being handled by the same department, right? Same department for costing as well as finance. See, what is the difference between this costing and finance? The finance department is primarily concerned with recording the monetary part of the transaction, isn't it? Now, costing department is more concerned with the quantitative part, right? What is coming into my factory? They have to record the values in the books, but their primary focus is what is coming into their factory. Depending upon that, they will record the value. What is going out of my factory, depending upon that, I will record my value. What is the finance department? Finance department is only concerned with money, nothing else, right? Finance department is a money minded department, but costing department is a quantitative department. Clear? So for the small units, there is no need for the separate departments of costing and finance. There is only and only a single department, costing and finance department, handled by the same people. Clear? But say a Y Limited, there is another unit where the Y Limited, it is a big company, huge company. Now in this company, what will happen is there will be separate departments, right? There will be two departments. One is the cost department. Cost department will be separate, right? And the finance department will be separate. Finance department will be separate, right? Because the number of transactions are really huge. The number of raw materials being handled are very huge. So in which cases we are going to have a separate departments? Sir, when the number of transactions are huge, number of transactions are high, number of raw materials being handled, number of raw materials being handled is high. There are multiple processes through which the product has to go through, right? So in such cases where the transactions are very high, the finance department will not be able to handle the cost department. That means the costing part. It cannot be done by the same person. Now in the big companies, what they do is they divide the responsibilities, right? They say that the costing part is to be considered by the cost department and the financial part is to be considered by the finance department. Sir, there is one question now. At the year end, when you have to close your books, at the year end, when you have to close your books, you have to prepare your income tax returns, then in that case, what will happen? How will you show the cost department books? The financial department books we all know, journal, ledger, trial balance, P&L, trading and balance sheet. Sir, at the time of closure of books, then what will happen? How will you show the costing department and the financial department books separately? So for that, what they do is at the end of the year, while closing the books, they will reconcile both the books. They will combine both the books, right? So at the year end, at the year end, the books of costing and finance department, the books of costing and finance department will be merged. Right? Now this process of merger is known as reconciliation. Right? This is going to be our next chapter after this. Reconciliation of cost and finance books. Now the next question is, sir, we reconciled, but in case there is a difference, then which book will prevail? In case there is a difference between the costing books and the financial books, there will be a difference, sir. Why there will be a difference? I'll tell you in the chapter of reconciliation, that where the differences will come. Right? Here we are not concerned with the differences, but what I'm saying is, in case there is a difference between the costing and the financial books, then which books will prevail? Sir, when you are preparing your IT returns, right, your IT returns will be dependent on your costing books or the financial books. Just think about it. Your IT returns, your income tax returns or any returns, they will be dependent upon your costing books or the financial books. Sir, they will be dependent upon your financial books. That is why at the year end, if in case of any difference between the costing and financial books, the financial books will always prevail. Because ultimately what we have to submit to the department is the financial books and not the costing books. Costing books is for our purposes, costing books, right? And we merge them with the financial books at the year end. And the financial books are ultimately to be submitted as returns. So the financial books will always prevail. Are you getting the point? Right? So at the year end, both the books will be merged. So that means the cost accounting systems or the cost bookkeeping is a recording of all the costing transactions at one place. Write it down. So what do you mean by cost bookkeeping? Cost bookkeeping. So cost bookkeeping is a recording of all transactions, recording of all costing transactions, recording of all costing transactions at one place. Now the process will remain the same, sir. The process will remain the same. What? We'll first discuss about the journal entries. Right? We'll discuss about the journal entries. From journal entries, we'll prepare ledger accounts. And from ledger accounts, we'll prepare the trial balance also. In some of the questions, the trial balance can also be asked, right? So these are the three things. We are not going to prepare trading P&L and balance sheet because that is a financial part. Looking from the costing perspective, we have to do just three things. One is the journal entry, second is the ledger account, third is maximum to maximum trial balance. Normally in the exam, you must be you may be asked about the journal entries or you may be asked about the ledger accounts. Normally you are asked about the ledger accounts, right? Now, what are the costing transactions? I have written that recording of all the costing transactions. What do you mean by these costing transactions? What do you mean by these costing transactions, sir, that we have to record? Costing transaction means the transactions related to material, labor, overheads. Now overheads can be factory overheads can be administration and selling overheads, right? Material, labor, overheads, WIP, raw material is covered, finished goods, right? So all these things, quantitative things, but recording in value, these are basically the costing transactions that we are going to record in these books. This is what is called as cost bookkeeping, recording of all the transactions. Clear? Now, In the cost bookkeeping also, there are two systems. In the cost bookkeeping itself, when we talk about cost bookkeeping, there are two systems of maintaining the books. I have already discussed those systems. Now, what are the two systems of maintaining the books? One system is known as integrated cost bookkeeping. Integrated cost bookkeeping. And the second set is non-integrated cost bookkeeping. Right? Sir, what is the difference between these two systems? This is what we have to study in this chapter now. These two systems we are going to study. One is the integrated cost bookkeeping and the other one is the non-integrated cost bookkeeping. Sir, what is integrated cost bookkeeping? Simply put, the integrated cost bookkeeping, a single set of books is prepared, a single set of books is prepared to record costing as well as costing and financial transactions. Right? Like I took the example of this X Limited. This X Limited is following what? They are following the integrated accounting system, integrated cost bookkeeping system, right? In this system, we are not going to prepare the separate books for costing department and separate books for financial department and reconcile them. No, sir, no such system. There is only and only a single set of books is prepared in which we are recording all the transactions, whether related to material, labor, everything. All the costing transactions also and all the financial transactions also. Right? For example, the raw material is received in the factory, 1 lakh rupees, plus there is a carriage on that 10,000 rupees. Now it will be recorded in a single book, right? That raw material received 1 lakh rupees plus carriage inward 10,000 rupees, total value of raw material 1 lakh 10,000. The costing and the financial books are the same. Now, what is the benefit of this kind of a system? Sir, the cost is less. You don't have to manage two different departments. You don't have to hire the people for two different departments. A single department is doing all the work. The cost of maintaining the separate books is less. Then the cost of reconciliation will not be there because only a single set is being prepared, right? So there is no cost of reconciliation. Otherwise, you will hire a specialized person who will be doing this reconciliation thing only, right? So these are the few benefits of integrated cost bookkeeping. But what is the I can say the drawback? So the drawback is that the transactions will be recorded only from the financial point of view, right? But in small companies, this is good to go. No need for the separate books. Now, what will happen in the non-integrated cost bookkeeping? Sir, in the non-integrated cost bookkeeping, a separate set of books will be prepared. Separate set of books will be prepared for costing and financial records. For costing and financial transactions, right? So in the non-integrated cost bookkeeping, there will be two separate departments. The costing department will prepare their own books and the financial department will prepare their own books. And at the year end, what will happen is at the year end, they will reconcile. They will reconcile their books and the financial books will prevail, right? The costing books will have to be adjusted according to the financial books because ultimately all the returns, everything is to be prepared and submitted as per the financial books. Clear? Here the cost will definitely be high, but the accuracy will be more. in case of non-integrated cost bookkeeping. In case of integrated cost bookkeeping, the rules of the recording the transactions will be the same as we have studied in the financial accounting, right? In case of non-integrated cost bookkeeping, the rules will slightly change, that how you record the transactions, right? The rules will slightly, sir, the debit credit rules will remain the same. They cannot be changed, right? Because I told you that in the non-integrated cost bookkeeping, you have to prepare journal entries, you have to prepare the ledger accounts, and you have to prepare the trial balance, isn't it? So all these things, when you are preparing, the debit and credit rules will remain the same. The only thing is how you are going to record those transactions, what you are going to name those transactions is the only thing that is going to change, right? Nothing else is going to change. The steps will remain the same. We'll discuss about the journal entries first, then we will discuss about then we will prepare the ledger accounts, and then we will prepare about the trial balance, right? In integrated books, a single set. In non-integrated books, so the separate set. So first, coming from the examination point of view, this non-integrated part is the most important part. This is the main part that we have to study. This integrated cost bookkeeping is nothing but a financial accounting, right? And this is hardly asked in the examination, right? So this is the simplest part. This is simple. This is very simple, as we have studied in the financial accounting, nothing much to do it. But the most important part from the examination point of view is where the questions are expected is the non-integrated cost bookkeeping, that how you maintain the separate books of costing and financial transactions and then reconcile them. Our next chapter, that is chapter number 8, will be on the reconciliation of cost and financial books. If you look at the material, institute material for the CA students, ICI material, you will find a single chapter on cost accounting system. They have covered the reconciliation part in that only, right? And if you will look at my books, that is the KSJ handbooks, I have prepared a separate chapter on reconciliation, right? For better understanding, nothing else. It is one and the same thing. Clear, sir? Have you got the basic that what is cost accounting system or cost bookkeeping? That we have to record all the costing transactions, and there are two ways of recording it. Whether you prepare a single set of books with the financial transactions, with the financial accounts, right? Or you prepare a separate set of books. The costing books are prepared separately, the financial books are prepared separately, and at the year end they will fight. In the integrated cost bookkeeping, there is not going to be the fight, because there is one person who is preparing both the things, right? But in the non-integrated cost bookkeeping, there will definitely be fights, and the fights will be reconciled then. And who will prevail? The financial books will prevail. Why? Because we have to submit those books. Isn't it clear? Any doubts up till this point? I hope this is clear. So, what we are going to study now in the next lecture. Now, this is about the introduction. In the next lecture, what we are going to study about is we are going to start with the non-integrated cost bookkeeping, right? I'm going to divide this chapter into various parts, this non-integrated cost bookkeeping. I'll tell you in the next lecture, don't worry about it, right? So, we'll finish this lecture here only. In the next lecture, what we are going to do is we are going to start with non-integrated cost bookkeeping. And I'm again saying, guys, before jumping to this chapter, you must be very much confident in material, labor and overheads. Those are very, very important chapters. We have already completed it, right? So you must be very much confident in all the chapters that we have covered so far. Only after that jump to this chapter. You will have a better clarity, you will have a better understanding then that how we are recording the transactions. Because some of the part from the overhead costing will be taking up in this chapter also, right? Over and under absorption of overheads and all those things we'll be discussing in this chapter again, right? So you must be very much clear with those chapters. Very, very, very important. Okay, so regarding the books, I've been getting a lot of queries, guys. I just want to make it clear that hard copy of the books is available from the website, that is www.ksjteaching.org, and the soft copy, if anyone is interested in the soft copy of the handbooks, those are available on the Android mobile app. Both are paid, right? Obviously, sir, the lectures we are providing free of cost. There is a hell lot of, the effort being made in preparing these lectures. So definitely we'll keep some part as paid part, right? For the efforts. And the handbooks are paid, whether it is a soft copy or whether it is a hard copy. The soft copy is available on the mobile app, and it can be viewed only and only on the app itself, right? They cannot be downloaded, or you cannot take the printout. For that, better go for the hard copy books, right? They will be dispatched, delivered to your home. And currently, the situations are fine as far as COVID is concerned. The hard copies are being delivered. So this is about the cost accounting system. Let's continue with the next lecture. In the next lecture about the non-integrated cost bookkeeping, right? Keep your handbooks ready with you. All those who are having our handbooks, keep your handbooks ready with you, because in the next lecture, we'll be doing the journal entries, and all the journal entries are there in the book. So you don't have to write anything. You just have to concentrate, listen to what I'm telling you, right? Try to grasp the concept, and you can write the extra things that you feel like, right? So see you guys in the next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much.